What's going on, everybody? So yes, once again, continuing these mock drafts for my LA Chargers. I know I did one with Devin Lloyd within the last week or so, but kind of redid one just because I didn't like that I was picking the same type of players towards the end of the draft and thought maybe I could get some other guys available in this newer type of version of the mock draft, because it always changes like the rankings of the players of where they're going to get picked depending on the type of news and all this stuff that they're hearing about in other mock draft professional people and all that stuff. So wanted to see how that went. But before we get to him, I forget if we've done this one yet with this Georgia defensive player, but I am just going to do it because I don't believe we have. So yes, with this first mock draft for the Chargers, round 1, number 17, I've been going with the defensive lineman Devonte Wyatt out of Georgia. Obviously, he's been one of the not as top as Travon Walker or Jordan Davis, but still considered very highly and is going to end up going in the first round most likely. I think he is dropping a little bit more than those other guys just because of his something that happened off the field. I didn't really look into it, but I'm pretty sure if he's still going to get picked in the first round, then it most likely is behind him, hopefully, and I'm hoping that he can help out that Chargers defensive line to help stop all these teams from freaking running on us. So that's all we could hope for. Round 3, have him going with the offensive tackle out of Minnesota in Daniel Falele. This guy is a gigantic human being. I forget if he's 6'7", 6'8", or 6'9". He's one of those, but yeah, you would normally think that would be just a horrible projection of a guy to play your tackle spot. Obviously a left tackle, he would not be playing luckily, but in the right side it might be okay. And I saw a lot of video on him on his YouTube highlights where he was able to hold his own and definitely knock out a bunch of guys in the running game, because he could move in and play guard as well. I saw a little bit, but even at that tackle spot, holding up for at least more than 5 seconds should be plenty long enough to help out Justin Herbert on that right side of the offensive line. So these two first picks shore up the line of scrimmage on both sides for the Chargers. Definitely happy about that. Round 4, have been going with the linebacker out of Nebraska and JoJo Domann. Yeah, Domann. He's been one of the guys that's getting more attention recently. They're like rising up mock drafts a lot. A lot of people are liking him, especially his versatility. Can cover quite well, even though he's probably not the best cover linebacker, but he is very productive. A lot of high total tackles for the team in his stats. So definitely a very nice and interesting pick out of Nebraska for the Chargers. Round 5, I was surprised this guy was even available without me making a trade, and I don't know why he dropped down so far in these recent mock drafts, but I guess that's something to look for when the draft starts later this week. But yes, we have him going with the cornerback Darion Kendrick from Georgia. He was with Clemson his first bit of his college career, then transferred this last season and won a national championship with Devonte Wyatt. So it's not bad adding talent. I think he even had, I know he had a pick. I forgot if he had 2 interceptions in that championship game, but he definitely showed up the past couple games, even though he was playing on a very talented defense. He didn't have to do much, but he still stood out with a couple stats here and there that definitely shows he belongs in the NFL. And to get him at round 5 was just freaking surprising. So definitely happy about that pick. Round 6, having going with the defensive end Michael Clemens out of Texas A&M. Don't know much about him, but he looks like a athletic freak, especially for the defensive end spot. And Texas A&M has been putting out a lot more talented players the past couple years, so to get one in the 6th round, especially an edge guy, it's pretty nice. Round 6, the last pick of the 6th round, I have him going with the punter Matt Ariza out of San Diego State University. Obviously, they did sign J.K. Scott, but for some reason they had a secret workout with Matt. So it could be that they're going to bring him in, have some friendly competition, which is what I like. And if the younger guy wins out, his contract is probably cheaper than what Scott is, but maybe they could trade Scott or release him and not cost them that much on the payroll. But overall, it's not bad to add competition, and to get him in the 6th round is pretty nice instead of other mock drafts where I've had to get him in the 5th round before. So this is pretty good area for him. Round 7, have been going with the tight end Derek Deese Jr. from San Jose State. Obviously, I've chosen him a lot in the 7th round area. There's not that many guys. Once you get here, I would have selected someone else in the 6th round instead of Ariza, but that guy was taken right before, so had to go with a guy that I believe has enough talent to be a productive tight end in the NFL. So we'll see. Round 7, once again, for some reason he's been in all these mock drafts recently, but yes, round 7, have him going with Reggie Roberson Jr. from SMU. Once again, another talented slot type of wide receiver, a little bit shorter guy, but has enough speed to be able to get open and make a lot of big plays for the Chargers, hopefully, and on special teams. And with their other round 7 pick, I have them going with finally another interior offensive lineman in Marcus McKeithen, I believe that's how you say it, from North Carolina. I know they've been a lot better the past couple years ever since Mac Brown took over. I don't know. I know they've had a great running game as well. They have very talented running backs. Don't know if it's because of the offensive line or them, but we'll take a shot at a guy coming out of a more known program, especially the past couple years with the offensive line. Hopefully he can help out with the running game. Last pick of this mock draft for Devonte Wyatt. Speaking of running game, have been going with the running back in Max Borghi from Washington State. Obviously, if you've heard my other previous mock drafts, I like this guy a lot, especially this late in the draft. A little bit of a poor man's Austin Eckler. A lot of people want to compare him to Christian McCaffrey, which is not good because he's not going to be as talented or be as productive as him, but to be a special teamers and your 2nd or 3rd string running back on your team, I think he can provide a lot of value for you in those positions. So that's what I see the Chargers going if they go with Devonte Wyatt. I don't know why I have so many names I gotta say. So yes, the Devonte Wyatt mock draft. Pretty interesting the way this one went out. So yes, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Now to go with the second one, as I mentioned before, this round 1, we're gonna be going with the linebacker Devin Lloyd. I know he might not be like a prototypical type of linebacker that Brandon Staley is looking for, but I think especially in this spot, he's probably going to be the best available player remaining, seeing how as a bunch of teams have made trades a little bit ahead of the Chargers that might be getting, those other offensive tackles, maybe the cornerbacks as well, and receivers too. So maybe he might be the best player available at the time, which wouldn't be bad. He'll have a chip on his shoulder because he kind of expected to go top 10. So I think this could end up working out very well for the Chargers in the long run. Round 3, have been going with offensive tackle Darian Kennard from Kentucky. Obviously, Kentucky, as you've heard me say before, has been a lot better team the past couple years, especially in the running game. So why not pluck one of those players off that offensive line that has been there the past couple years? So pretty good pickup. Round 4, have been going with a cornerback in Cam Taylor-Britt from Nebraska. This guy has been flying up draft boards as well, getting a lot of attention and good attention because a lot of people are seeing how good of a player he was and can be. Very versatile cornerback. Could probably play safety for you as well, maybe a linebacker. So very versatile guy out of Nebraska. Round 5, have been going with the running back out of Notre Dame, Kyren Williams. Yes, I've disliked this guy very much the past couple years because of how well he has played against USC, my team. But talent recognized talent, so I know how good he can be, especially if he starts off as your 2nd string running back and maybe can go into a 1st string in the future. But overall, he has a nice, good punch. He has power and speed he can show off. And like I said, I saw it too many times against USC, so why not be friends with your enemies? Round 6, have him going with a defensive end I forget. I think this guy is from Oklahoma. I forget to write down the teams, but yes, he might be from Oklahoma. Isaiah Thomas. Obviously, Oklahoma has had the better defensive players the past couple years, especially under Alex Grinch, who is now the coordinator for USC. So not too mad about that. But yes, obviously, it's coached by him. Should be very talented. There's obviously other guys like Nick Bonito and other guys that are going to be selected higher at this position from that school. But to add talent from a very well-known school never hurts, in my opinion, especially this late. Round 6, have them finally going with a tight end out of Maryland. Always a tough name to say. Chigozium Okonkwo. Hopefully I'm saying that correct. I haven't heard it said out loud before, but I'm sure I will during the draft. And yes, this guy is a very athletic tight end. Did I just spit? Sorry. Yes, he is a very athletic tight end. Going to definitely help you out offensively down the field. I don't know how good of a run blocking tight end he is, but 6th round, you're kind of just looking for one or the other pretty much, and maybe can help out on special teams. So that's where we're going with that. Round 7, have him going with the punter, as I did in the last mock draft, but this time Matt Ariza is getting selected in the 7th. For some reason, he fell this late, which I think is a lot better for Chargers fans if he is going to get selected 6th or 7th round instead of somewhere higher. So either way, competition, as I said before, I like it. So I'm not mad about this pick. Round 7, have been going with the interior offensive lineman Ben Brown from Ole Miss, I believe. Once again, adding talent with talent. Ole Miss had a pretty good, successful offensive year this year. And, you know, he plays center, but I'm pretty sure he'd be smart enough to play guard as well. But to also have a backup center this late from the SEC, which is pretty tough conference to play in, I think it's, like I say, not a mistake to add talent. Round 7, have him going with the defensive lineman, Jaden Peavy from Texas A&M. Once again, talented Southeastern Conference. Got to add guys like that, bigger, athletic dudes that probably need a little bit more work on their game. That's why they're getting picked this late, but not a mistake to add talent. I'm going to keep saying it. Round 7, the final pick of this draft, have him going with a wide receiver finally from Indiana, Ty Frogel. Freifogel. I remember him especially because 2 years ago I thought he was going to end up, or last year I thought he was going to be in the draft because he had a really big game, especially against Ohio State. I forget if they upset them that day or not, but I think he had like 2 or 3 touchdowns in that game. Went off again at certain points this year, but especially last year he went off. I think once teams found out about him more and kind of, focused in on him defensively, kind of had a little bit more of a rough year this year, but it's also because he's in Indiana. They're not going to have always the most talented quarterback or, running back to help them out either. So overall, I still think adding a talented dude like this could most likely play special teams with his speed, but to be, your 3rd or 4th best receiver eventually will be pretty nice to get him here in the 7th round, my opinion. So yes, thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Pretty interesting mock drafts here. 2 defensive guys, both Devonte Wyatt and Devin Lloyd. A little bit of a redo for Lloyd's mock draft I did the other day or the other week or so, but overall, I think these picks were better than that last one. See what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. Bye.